Howdy mates, how are we doing this afternoon? There's a part 2 video for Sunday, August 20th, 2023. Right now I'm actually visiting what is known as the Coyote Ridge, which the type of habitat that you'll see here is mostly a mixture of like desert scrub and prairie. It's actually, in a sense, it's a scrub, kind of like Florida, except in a way different type of climate. We're in a much what you call drier climate, given that we're much higher in elevation and we're also a lot further up north too. But anyway, here at this particular setting, there is of course a wide array of different wildlife and even flora. So like for example, here, looks like we've got some examples of saltbush. That's what is giving it some of that silver appearance. I'll be sure to get the exact name in due time, just because quite frankly, I am still learning about the different flora that is found here. Because to be honest, the last time I was in Colorado, which was 6 years ago, I didn't really have quite the same knowledge as I do now when it comes to interpreting the natural world. And what's neat is this particular park that we're at, it's near Fort Collins, Colorado. So it's actually in the city of Fort Collins where the National Association for Interpretation headquarters are located. But I wanted to show you guys this flower right here. Snow in the mountain. Makes sense for the name, given that it's white and we are basically in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. I believe they are related to the Fabaceae, because as you can see right here, they do have these pods that look like peas. We've also got some purple thistle out here. But what really gained my attention about this place in particular was a little earlier on the trail, a little further back, you could actually see prairie dogs. And the thing is, those have become increasingly rare just because they're very particular about the type of habitat that they are inhabiting. And, you know, given that much of the other wildlife, whether it be voles, coyotes, red-tailed hawks, western meadowlark, which is a type of bird, you know, all these examples of wildlife, they call this home. And for another, this is what they know. And some of the plants that are also out here provide medicinal use. And so there was a point where this was going to be developed, and fortunately Larimer County stepped up to the plate and made sure that this place would remain protected for future generation. I mean, look at that. We've got some great mullein right here. You'll only see that where the soil has some sand and even some limestone in it too. There you go. This just gives you an idea of what particular species you can find in terms of insects. So that's the other thing too. Another reason why we should care about these types of places is because a bunch of our pollinators call this home. Whether it be wasps, bees, butterflies, beetles, they need these plants to carry out pollination. Because without pollination, we would not have food as a result. At least natural food, not processed or manufactured. And that pollination, in turn, provides new generations for those plants. So it just goes to show how ecosystem services really come hand in hand between the land itself and those who inhabit it. Honestly, though, what I would suggest for you guys is to read Doug Tallamy's Nature's Best Hope, in which he talks about how we are basically dooming our existence because we're getting rid of more and more natural areas. And he brings up the concept of how we need to coexist. Because if we don't, we could possibly risk our seizure of existence. Here you go. I just love these types of things. Just because it's so interactive. Just talks about how ants carry out their process. Harvester ants, to be specific. Each one of them has a specific little role. And so, just goes to show that there's also a lot happening here with what we're not seeing directly. It's happening right under our feet. So, alright you guys, have a good one. Take care. And of course, Journey on a Journey is onwards. Take care, folks. See ya.